let's have a look at some upcoming leaks then, shall we? Because, you know, we like some leaks here. 1.4 Camellya Yinlin rerun, which we kind of knew about the Yinlin rerun and the GM rerun anyway. Shorekeeper buff and more. Wuthering Waves leaks from Jiryu. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but there you go. Probably butchered it. Check him out, guys. Let's see what he's got to say.
All right, let's record this video now. All right, spreadsheet time.
Let's
do it. Read the one from yesterday, or no, 2 days ago, because I really...
Okay, so this is the sort of things I'm interested in. You guys can't see this, but behind my face, 1.4 has skins. Now, I'm here for that. 1.4 has reruns. Poing hinting at Rover's next attribute. Commenter saying this implies Aero Rover. Putting on the sheet since a more recent leak from him also says something about Aero Rover. Okay, I'm interested in that. I think an Aero Rover would be cool. I know a lot of people were expecting... well, actually, I think it was Void Thunder, wasn't it, that we'd heard of before that. So yeah, 1.4 is one 5-star Black Shores character and one 4-star Huang Long character, both women. We know about that because we're getting that, don't we? Well, we are getting that, should I say. All right, let's get into it. I was just curious because the skins are a big thing for me. I want to see skins in the game, so I'm hyped that skins are coming and hopefully soon as well.
Oh, this is the violin stuff. So Glacial DPS on a 2.0 should be at least after 2.1. Full fusion team should take around a year to complete.
Ooh.
God damn. Rest in peace, Chang Li.
Hey, at the end of the day, I think what we were just speaking about in the last video, Void Thunder needs some love. Void Thunder needs some love. Sonata Effect needs to be buffed. Need some echoes. And I think we need some. We just need some more characters. You know, that Void Thunder needs some love. But that is a big oof for fusion there. To be fair.
Fuck. Yeah, violin broadblade user.
Okay.
Camellya and
I'm really looking forward to Camellya
1.4.
So when they call it Shaoran, is that talking about Shorekeeper? That I believe it is. Yeah, I think
Shorekeeper will be buffed in version 2.
Okay, yeah.
So this is something that's interesting because I always forget that the closed beta test has 3 versions of it. Where we learned this from like Jinsei and Changli, because everyone was so concerned about them getting nerfed or whatnot. So Shorekeeper, they claim that she'll get buffed in version 2. Most likely, right?
That's gonna work.
So
then.
Hopefully Shorekeeper buffs are a little bit.
I wonder if he's gonna come in on a healing side of things potentially.
More stronger, perhaps 20% crit rate now or something like that.
Because what is he? It's 10% crit, isn't he? And 20% attack damage, I believe. Yeah, because we thought it was 10% crit and then 20% crit. But that was a mistranslation, apparently. And I think it's 10% crit on every... I want to say 20% energy regen, if I remember rightly. And 20% attack on 10% regen. So every 10% regen, you get 1% extra attack. And every 20% regen, you get 1% extra crit.
I don't think they'll really change her dupes or anything like that. I would wish they would change her S4 back to crit damage increase. That would be fucking nice. Oh, wait. I should just read the fucking next one. Shorekeeper's first sequence will be moved
okay, that's
to the
cool.
base kit.
Interesting.
Shorekeeper's first sequence.
What was her first sequence now, though? I can't remember what it was.
I do not remember her first sequence.
Hey, let's go.
All.
Thank you, because I don't either.
Hey, you guys remember? Sure. Actually, I'll just pull it up.
Where are we?
We don't need CD. That's the fuck we do.
Resonance chain. So what was he? What did he say? A first one's good. What was he? A first one's going to become base. Extend the effective range of the stellar realms generated by resonance liberation and loop by 150% and increase edge duration by 10 seconds. Is that the one? Well, that was what it was, wasn't he? Just double check. Sharana's first sequence will be moved to the base kit and replaced with her current second sequence, right? So, yeah. So, off the base, she's going to get an extend the effective range of the stellar realm, so her ult, and generated resonance liberation end loop by 150% and increase the duration by 10 seconds. Nice, because what is it at? What was it at? Was it 24 seconds? I can't remember now. I cannot remember. And Knight's Gift and Refusal is going to become Resonance Chain 1. When a Flare Star Butterfly hits a target, Shorekeeper heals herself by 2% of her max HP. When a Dim Star Butterfly hits a target, all party members gain 3% damage bonus for all attributes. This effect can stack up to 5 times, lasting for 30 seconds. So I told you, I feel like, for me, I still haven't 100% made the decision that I'm going to skip Jizzy. It hurts to even think about it. But I think that's where I'm going, and I was talking about that it might be a character that I might actually try and get some Resonance Chain copies of. So if we could get 1 and 2, which I'm assuming 3 is going to become 2, when a party member casts Intro skill inside the Stellar Realm, Shorekeeper gains 20 Concerto energy. This effect can be triggered once every 25 seconds. This is leaning me to think even more now that I possibly want to actually do that. So that's interesting to know.
Right?
I think she's going to be a dope character.
And
this
okay,
is
so
even
this
better,
is
isn't
gonna
it?
be an inherent skill, I guess.
If it's to be believed.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an inherent skill now.
Which I guess kind of makes sense, because it's got a decent size to it. But if I remember rightly, it doesn't move with her, does it? So once you drop it, you've got to be thinking that, say you're fighting the Impermanence Heron, or you're fighting something like Juhei, or just, you know, one of the bigger bosses that, you know, they're a little bit more mobile. You pop that down, they move out of it, and you're either waiting for them to come back in, or you're pushing out. So either way, it's going to be less efficient. So the fact that it gets a little bit bigger, that's definitely a benefit, I think, because I thought it was a decent size, but then I was thinking to myself, actually, it's not that big. So the fact that it is going to get a little bit bigger, I'm glad to hear that.
The extended time, okay. I mean, that's nice. I wonder what her S1 is going to be then. Hopefully it's just another damage increase.
Oh, actually, yeah. See, I'm thinking that it's going to move up 1 potentially, but then again, that's not gonna be the case, is it? Because they're not gonna want the S6 to become like S5 and vice versa. So, I didn't really think that through. Maybe it is just going to be like a little flat damage percentage buff across one particular attribute. Interesting. Be curious to see that, actually. See, I was just thinking everyone had shift up, but that probably doesn't make much sense.
All right, let's see any more.
I didn't just see there. That's it. I want to go back to that a second there. What I just saw there. The next country is Renacita, because that's what I remember seeing that before. I've seen this name floating around a few times actually. So, okay, I'm interested about that, because that's one of the big things for me. I cannot wait for the new country. I'm really interested to see what it's going to look like visually, what the culture's going to be like, the people, you know, the whole vibe. So I'm looking forward to that.
Any more? Okay, so this one was a response to this one. No, it was a response to this one.
It's a possibility of 1.5
so
now.
This is all from a deleted video, so I'm not really gonna.
Team building will be more flexible. See Fusion Team, for example. I'm just looking through. I'm scanning through a bunch of these here. There will likely be changes to the gacha, likely in a large version 2.0, 3.0, etc. Specifically, the card pools are likely adding characters to standard, but not entirely. Sure, if you meant pool or okay, so. The actual gacha system itself might not change. It's just going to be... Because that makes sense. As the game progresses, potentially there's going to be more characters that maybe not getting reruns are just going to drop into standard banner as the game progresses. So, okay, that kind of makes sense. But I'm just thinking that maybe we might see a skin gacha. I think we're going to probably go down the route of just premium purchasable gacha skins. But it would be kind of cool if there was something like that as well. I'm not against it. Even if there was like... They added in... potential 4 stars and maybe 5 stars for things like gliders and stuff, but then again I guess it dilutes it. Maybe there could be a separate category for that. I don't know if people would necessarily want that. What do you think? You'll have to let me know, but it could just likely be an addition with the banners, and some people talking about the ability to get 4 stars without having to go onto premium banners as well. So we might specifically see a separate 4-star banner potentially, maybe. I don't know.
Look at anything that would be here, to be honest. Is that it? What's here? Okay, so Camellya will be a Havoc main DPS. I mean, I think most of us already knew that. with the strength approximately at 0.9 Gen C's at S6. What does this mean?
I was going to say, I don't know what that
Hello,
means.
CMA, welcome back.
I don't know what that means. What's this here? 2.0 will include aristocratic and gothic elements, with some characters having carnival style and other. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if that means then that the next nation, because obviously the nation that we're in now is kind of Chinese inspired. Does that mean we're going to a European style? I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Now we all know, because how everybody got mad about Natlan, that it's got to represent Europe perfectly, right? I'm sure people won't be saying that now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm down for a bit of a gothic element for sure, and some aristocratic looking characters as well. Yeah, dude, that could be really cool actually. Could do a lot with that.
How many icons you think she'll have on a resonator screen? Like, probably like 4. Oh fuck, I forgot to take the highlights. Let's see. The 1.0 versions will go up to at least 1.8.
What does he mean by that?
Okay, the fuck is that? That's such a random ass shit.
1.4 is the last update before 2.0. So see, there's like contradicting things. Usually that happens. They're just kind of putting everything out there. That typically means that neither have like got any basis, or it's just, you know, a lot of this stuff is through the grapevine as well, isn't it? But we've heard, you know, it seems officially that 1.4 is the last update. That doesn't mean things can't change, you know. Potentially 2.0 might need to be pushed, and they might want to get a public update out before that. Might just be a little filler update potentially. 1.4 will have Deng Deng, a broad blade user. Deng Deng looks similar to Encore and Yao Yao, Genshin. What? That's supposed to be in Genshin Impact?
Okay, 1.4 the last update. Camellya
Genshin
will be a
Impact.
Havoc sword user. And then 1.4 will have Deng Deng, a broad blade user. No, I'm guessing it's 90% of Gen C, right? 0.9, right?
I'm just scanning all this sort of stuff here. More news is expected after the Sheshi banner ends.
This is just what they have.
Do not get your hopes up for new Chun. She's not going to be released before 2.0. Now, I'd heard differently about that as well, that she was potentially coming forward. And I thought that that might be a thing because it could be a good way to put a buffer in between banners, because people were talking about like, oh, you know, the reruns, that's why they're doing the reruns. Not that we know that, but if there is a reason that they need to slow down banners potentially, that would be a good reason to do it, because they could use, I don't know, this is all I'm just like, you know, making this up. But obviously, Chun was the old Camellya. She's part of the story. Now, are they using the old design for Chun to apply it to another character that was like, you know, created for the story, but they didn't have a design for? Now she's that character, or is she just, you know, like a character that just exists in a vacuum in a sense? You know, she's not attached to the story in any way. She's not a part of the world, if that makes sense. And they can just throw her out there as like, hey, look at this new banner, and she can kind of just be a part of the game. Kind of how Cal Charo is. I know Cal Charo's not. And I know Cal Charo was kind of connected to the older game, and things have changed a lot. And I think that's why Cal Charo's the way he is now. And I don't know if that ever means that we'll ever see more of Cal Charo regarding the story. But maybe Chun can come in as that. She's not connected to the world necessarily, so they don't have to build a character up around her. And maybe even they don't necessarily have to build banners, a companion quest up around her. They can maybe have some quests involving her that are designed for her potentially, but they don't have to work a story around her maybe, and they can just get her out quickly, you know, build a kit, build the character, get it voice acted, throw it out there kind of thing.
If Camellya is 90% of Gen C's at S6, then Camellya at S6 is just as strong as Sheng Liao at S6. Because Sheng Liao S6 is just as strong as Gen C S6.
Which is fine.
Now, I hope they don't fucking mean base Camellya is as strong.
I wouldn't imagine so. That'd be wild. That'd be wild, because then that would be insane power creep. insane power creep because Jinxie's powerful anyway, and people were arguing when she came out that the game had power creep. I disagreed. But if she's a base is as powerful as S6, then I don't think there'd be much argument that there wasn't a big power creep there, unless she was just insanely complex to the point where she probably wasn't fun, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that's, I think this is not going to happen. Could be wrong though. I don't think Kuro that silly.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right here, right? S0 straight is a stronger S6. That's what I'm hoping. No, absolutely not. Because if Camellya is that strong, then you kind of wasted your pulls on Shorekeeper.
For real?
I'm being honest.
Well, I don't know, because she's playing a different role, but
there's no way Camellya.
If she's that strong, you wasted your pulls on Jinxie, and you're potentially wasting your pulls on a lot of DPSs straight up, your main DPSs anyway. Maybe not so much characters like Shorekeeper or sub DPSs or support characters. You definitely would have wasted your pulls on full on freaking DPSs though.
Is not clearing anything, right? Just
and then,
Baji.
And then, what's going to happen on the next banner then? Because was it just going to be way less? They're going to have to keep it up, and then we're going to be in bad territory then. So I'm pretty confident this is not true. I don't think Kuro are that mental. But you never know.
And
you never know.
This person even mentioned the like aristocrat thing for 2.0. Well, we already had this guy.
Okay, look at that. 2.0 features ugly Western aristocrats. Admitted to making it up on 20... Oh, okay. This was an intentionally fake rumour made to get people mad at Kuro while he was raging. At Terror of Adversity. Is that true? Because, dude, I would be down for an aristocratic, gothic, European kind of place that's like quite dark and like, oh, dude, I'd be here for that. But I guess it was a rage post, yeah.
That intentionally made a fake rumor about aristocrats.
Or potentially the rumor itself has some basis, but the fact that it was being called ugly, maybe. I don't know.
In 2.0.
We're spitballing,
Wolf
you know?
Camellya is a Havoc noob.
BGR is looking to a DMC Devil May Cry collab. Dude, man, Wuthering Waves needs to get on some of these collaborations as well.
People said that
Hey, tell me as well. Tell me that wouldn't be perfect. A European Gothic area, Devil May Cry collaboration. I think I've just solved world peace. Like, make it happen, man. Home run. You know?
Will be like a quick swap with Havoc.
Match
Rover
made in heaven.
Something like that.
There will be no Gen 1 Spectral sub DPS.
I mean, that's pretty much it. So, I think Deng Deng...
The fact that it's going to look similar to Encore, that's going to make a lot of people mad.
I'm really hoping that Deng Deng is not a 4-star. I mean, I guess it'd be fine if it's a 4-star, and then they
I'm fine with that. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see 5-star characters get relegated to 4-star characters, but I think we need more 4-star characters.
Do a Yinlin rerun. I kind of wanted another 5-star Broad Blade user. No, bro. You see how I'm saying Camellya, and then when I say Chun, I say Tsubaki. There are two separate characters. There are two separate entities. I say it all the time.
Okay. Right, we got what else we got here? What else we got here? Because I've seen all of this before. I've heard all of this before.
They might do it for Camellya just because.
What else have we got?
I don't know. Coomer bait or some shit like that. Since
probability of new Chun is higher than the old Chun. Old Chun is 100% not aero sub DPS. Yeah. Says basically all the 1.4 leaks are fake. Which I don't think that's true. Rover's aero form will be sub DPS. 5-star gun character is a female that has never been seen before, like Jeji. Okay, also said she was meant to be in 1.3. Interesting. So when is that coming then? So we're going to get a 5-star gun character. So for all you ranged enjoyers, you're hopefully going to get a good ranged character. I wonder if they're going to like have some sort of character as, I don't know though, man. Maybe that character will be broken then potentially. You know, I was just thinking of like some sort of character that's ranged that's got parry as well, like. You know, maybe they could have a character that uses a single pistol. But like maybe they act more like a sub DPS or I don't know, a support in a different way. But they could like have a shield or some sort of like gauntlet on their arm that they could use that to parry. So they could act like kind of like I don't know, almost like a sub DPS tank potentially or something. I don't know. I'm just just thinking different ideas.
People love her so much. She's the best character ever written in Gacha. People love her existence.
It's interesting though about Shorekeeper's first sequence going to be moved to a base kit. Because personally, just looking at her numbers, it seems like she's going to be really good anyway. Now she's going to be even better. But like I said, after looking at a domain expansion work, so that's what I'm going to call it, looking at how it works and how big it is, I think it's not a massive thing to have it a little bit bigger, especially when you're fighting against incredibly mobile enemies. And increasing the time as well, you know, because you're going to potentially have, I don't know, let's say 25% of that domain expansion when the enemy's outside of it, depending on when you call it in kind of thing.
I was kind of hoping, well, actually, no, I can't even say that I wanted 1.4 to have a male character because I believe it's 2 new females and then a male. So it's gonna be Shorekeeper and then Camellya, right? And then 2.0 should have a male character. I'm hoping the male character is just like Scar or some shit to open up 2.0.
Yeah, man. I was saying this. The Scar coming in 2.0, it just seems like it kind of makes sense. We go into a new nation. We learn more about the greater story that's going on. Scar potentially maybe becomes like an anti-hero. We see a switch of allegiances. We learn more. We realise that certain people we think are the bad guys are no longer the bad guys. And then we move on to a bigger and broader kind of thing going on in the world.
0.0. I don't think we could get Geshelin this early.
Nah, I don't think either. I feel like the way Geshelin was kind of hyped up to be this like Chad, I feel like it's something that comes later. And this part of me feels like, what if he becomes the new antagonist because he's super powerful? We find out that, oh shit, he's not on our side. But then later on, we kind of find out that he was doing things, maybe the wrong things for the right reason, but nobody knew the right reason, you know? Maybe, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but I think that'd be kind of cool. I always like it when, you know, I know it's a bit tropey, but when that super powerful character that you thought was the good guy turns out to be, well, he's not really the good guy, but then he kind of is the good guy, but he was doing shit because he believed something was different. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of talking shit.
But if they just want to make it Scar, like, I would take that, to be honest.
Glacial DPS not in 2.0.
Shorekeeper's release, yes, that's the same thing that happened last time. So
Crazy, the full fusion team should take around a year to complete.
Before, right? Or was it 2 weeks before? I think it was a week before.
So 1.4 is looking like Camellya and a Yinlin rerun then. So I wonder how these banners are going to work. I wonder if it's going to be a split banner or it's going to be a double banner. I imagine it's going to be a split banner, kind of, you know, like how we've got it normally. First half's going to be the new character, second half's going to be the rerun potentially. Maybe switching it around dependent on if it works with the content that's coming.
That's pretty much the leaks that are going on right now. There's nothing that's going to be coming out regarding like in-game stuff, because we kind of know everything in-game. The only things that are going to be coming out now is like numbers
Okay. We got anything new here?
No.
Just skip through.
The 5-star pistol user is going to be in 2.1.
Okay, so it is coming. That's quite soon then. That's quite soon. I suppose not soon enough if that's the kind of character you're after in the game. Because it's not exactly right round the corner, but it's kind of close.
Oh, this one. They said the Glacio DPS should be after 2.1, but it should be a gun Glacio.
A Glacio gun DPS. All right, interesting. Interesting.
Well, it's more like
I wonder if that'd be really work quite well with Sanhua then, from with her ice wall from a distance, being able to buff damage. That'd be kind of cool.
they're around Black Shores now, so if they decide to extend 2.0 to be
damage
Scar
burst for that
side of the story, I can see that. Whale Boss Wen, the Narwhal. I feel like people are waiting on that shit for so long.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to Frolova as well. Frolova, however you pronounce it. Scar, still Camellya. They're still the characters so far that I'm really excited about. In terms of like the waifu meta, the interest in the characters. Or I'm really interested in Shorekeeper. Her kick still, for me, is incredibly interesting. Like I've seen a lot of people saying, not really for me. Did that video just end like that?
Are havoc resistant, that she won't be as strong as she.
Okay, that was a weird ending to the video. But anyway, video from Jiryu. I'm guessing he was just popping it out in his stream. Yinlin rerun. We were kind of guessing that was the case, and I think it was confirmed when we saw the Jian rerun. It kind of makes sense that that's going to happen. Shorekeeper's getting a buff. I'm here for that because she looks really cool anyway. And I'm definitely here for Camellya. I'm interested to see this range Glacio gun DPS though. That sounds intriguing. But yeah, some cool leaks. Check him out. Show some love. There you go. More leaks for the game.